And we're finally back to live streaming. I'm so happy to be here because the trenches are heating up. So after this Christmas break, there's not a better time to go back live, to go back in action. And we've been printing so much, but I think that the Memecoin season is only getting started. So today we're going to talk about everything that I'm accumulating right now, everything that is just popping on chain related to Memecoins, but not only that. In fact, I also have something in the privacy meta that I would consider as alpha that I'm bringing you guys today. And also look at the scenery. I'm here in beautiful Medellin, Colombia, and I'm here making money, locked in as always. And I'm going to share some of the wins that we've been having in my private group. If you're not there, you should be, because things are really getting hot. Obviously, if I open that screener right now, just look at 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Everything is surrounding this, right? Just look at the 𝗏𝗏𝗏 chart. You guys remember the last time that you saw a runner like this, an actual PvE, player versus environment, in which everybody just starts making money and there's not like an endless PvP action? I can't remember, honestly, the last time that I saw something like this. And yeah, I don't know if it's going to go higher. Obviously, it's just full retardation if you want to buy this at this very level. 185 million, it almost touched 200. I will never buy this right now. However, I do want to say that you should probably look into the beta plays, because the beta plays have been exploding as of recently. In fact, all good? Yeah, sorry. The background, I was checking that the audio is good because I also have a new microphone. Blue Whale. You guys remember Blue Whale? I was shilling this. It went 90x. So even if you miss the main runners, there is still a very good opportunity to just like accumulate beta plays. For instance, Blue Whale was just like, oh, the strongest whale of them all, blah, blah, blah. It had good tag. So this was standing. A lot of other beta plays were standing. So in my opinion, the narrative is there to stay. It's not going to disappear tomorrow. However, I would just not focus on the main alpha play, because if you think about the risk to reward ratio, what do you think? That 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is going to go to 1 billion? I mean, it could, but by any means, but it's very high risk and you're not going to make the most bang out of your buck. By the way, I want to bring some alpha because I want to start this live stream with alpha. I have something that is very early, and while you might not be early to something like 𝗏𝗏𝗏, you might be early to something else. So this is something that I've been accumulating. I'm going to show you right now. It's called 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃. So I bought this yesterday, full disclosure. I brought this to my VIP group at 200K. I think it's still incredibly cheap. So I bought it around this level, right? And what is 𝗏𝗏𝗃? So everybody's familiar with Pudgy penguins, right? I mean, it went to billions, one of the most famous NFT collections of all time. And behind this whole narrative, there's two penguins. There's a male and a female. The male is called 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃, and the female is 𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is also sending. I'm sidelined on this, to be honest. Let's see. So 600K market cap. This is actually dumping right now. It went to something like 2 million. And I think that this was also like completely organic. I didn't see many KOLs shilling this at all. But given that this went to 2 million in market cap, look at this. This is only 570K. And this is like the main character. If you think about Pengu, what is the brand of Pengu representing? It's 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃. This is the main character. It's confirmed. That's all the lore talks about it. This is the main freaking character. And given it's the main character, I do believe that it makes sense to accumulate it. All right. And if you want to see like how early you might be on this, 570K, it's below 1 million. There's some KOLs activity. I'm starting to see some people following it. The name is confirmed, so it's not LARP. The team looks based. They're posting very, very frequently. They paid a 100x DEX booster just the other day. I like what I see. I like the engagement. Gustavo shilling it. A lot of other people are shilling it. 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏, shout out to 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏. Guys, in my opinion, we might be onto something, okay? We might be onto something. So, memes, what are we doing? We're making money, bro. Like, you want to make money? Buy meme coins. You don't want to make money? Don't buy meme coins. I don't care what you want to do, bro. I buy meme coins because I make money. In fact, clear testimony is just like my VIP group. Oh, also this. The people behind in the background are telling me that another one of my picks is exploding right now. So shout out to Plex. You guys know Plex, he's right here. And he's telling me that REMUS, he's sending. Wow. Shit. This is going strong, bro. I just posted about this on X. Did you guys see my tweet? Okay, so I'm a mod. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to talk about this in a second. For now, I'll just leave you with the alpha of just like looking at this tweet that I just posted 13 minutes ago. If you saw the tweet, congrats, because you're making money already. Damn, separate motion. Separate motion is back. Holy shit. REMUS. What entry did we get to the VIP group? 19K? 18K? Yeah, 18K. Damn. All right. Okay, more to come later. If you want to buy meme coins and do basically what we're doing right now, I'm trading meme coins on 𝗙𝗫. I think it's one of the best trading bots at the moment. I'm also using Axiom, so I use pretty much both of them. But 𝗙𝗫 has an amazing offer because obviously it's 35% cashback. You can find the link down in the description of this video or also on the pinned post, in which you can see all the resources, all the things that I use on a daily basis. But now, let's go to some more alpha. I mean, I've just started this live stream and it's already packed with alpha. So I want to bring on the guests of today's show. It's the team from 𝗬𝗏. I don't know how to pronounce this, but now the team is going to tell me how to pronounce this. Let's bring Francis, the dev. What's up, my brother?
GM, brother. Hope everything's good for you.
GM, I'm great. How about yourself? First of all, tell me how to actually pronounce this. It's shadow app?
Shadow app. It's just shadow. Yeah.
Okay, because
yeah.
I was saying, so I was not sure about that. Okay, so I want to give you like 1 full minute. Let's say that you want to pitch it to the audience here, why this is considered as alpha, what you've been building. You have 1 minute without me interrupting you. Go.
Okay, perfect. What we have with Shadow is it's a infra ecosystem layer of privacy for Solana. We started with just trying to help out normal users, you know, hide their trades and transactions. And then as we got into that, we realized that like agents are the main operating force in the blockchain now, especially with low volume. They're more agents than actually people on the blockchain. And when you have an agent, you give it specific instructions, codes, strategies, obviously stuff that you'd want to keep private because you don't want anyone else getting that information. And there is no like blockchain level agent infrastructure on Solana or any other blockchain at the moment. And we just saw the perfect spot to slide right in, and it worked with the ecosystem, and that's what we have here at Shadow.
Amazing. And also, I've seen that you recently sponsored Solana Breakpoint. I guess crazy.
When we're trying to be infra ecosystem, like an actual part of actual Solana infrastructure,
yeah,
we have to make a IRL appearance at these events.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's a big part of our marketing.
Yeah, I was there as well. I wish I'd known you by then. I would have definitely come to say hi.
Oh, for sure. For sure, brother.
Yeah, bro. Like, so first of all, why did you decide to focus like on this narrative? So obviously privacy for AI agent, X402, like how did this all come about?
Honestly, it became obvious as soon as we saw where things were heading. We started with privacy for people, but as AI agents began acting on chain, making decisions, you know, moving, running around continuously, we realized that risk multiplies faster. And with X402 agent-based flows, they make the blockchain a lot more active, but also far more exposed. That's where Shadow naturally evolved, and that's where we are now.
Okay, so can you just explain like how do you help like AI agents specifically with this tech? Like for people that don't understand so much about the meta.
Shadow changes how execution happens, and instead of exposing intent and behavior on chain, we shield it. Agents can act, pay, operate without broadcasting their strategies to the entire network, and that's the goal. Because if you, I know obviously you use AI, and your ChatGPT, for instance, it probably knows you better than anyone else, and you probably told it a bunch of stuff that you don't want it to reveal to anyone else. And the same thing applies to agents that you're training to do specific tasks, especially if they're business related, because those agents would, someone could easily track something that would be, that could be existentially important to your business, and then boom, they stole your whole entire strategy, right? So all we do is we shield intent and execution through our infra privacy layer, and that way we're the only people who can actually see the transaction, and not the beginning or the end has access to it. But at the same time, still remaining compliant, so that, for instance, if there ever is some regulatory oversight and the government does come calling, we're 100% compliant, and we will cooperate and operate with them. So,
yeah. And also, why don't you talk more about like on-chain privacy? Like, now that the AI agents can start like obviously operating anonymously, like what's your take on this and like on the state of the industry?
Because AI agents don't make one-off actions, they learn, repeat, and evolve. Everything they do is public. Their behavior gets mapped over time. And that's the main reason why we have to focus on privacy, because if people are going to continuously add AI agents to their business models and they want to scale based on AI agents, then you have to protect what you're scaling with. And that's why it's so important, because I don't think people understand how often they're using AI agents when they're not even using them, and the amount of information that's being tracked. And so, for instance, that they're taking your information, they're using it to obviously, recommend you stuff, and for a whole bunch of other reasons. And a competitor to that company, if it's not secure, well, they instantly have your information, and this is just huge. These are huge problems. And even in the US, right? Like there's laws to protect people's privacy, but in the decentralized ecosystem, there's nothing to protect people's privacy. And we just want to slot right in and hopefully fix that problem. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we're just builders trying to fix problems. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And obviously, I saw that you guys were meant to launch on the 8th, but you delayed this. So can you talk more about like TGE? When's launch? You haven't launched, right?
No, 100% no. Right now, we're just making sure everything is perfect. The launch as of right now is planned for Monday, but you can keep updated on the Twitter and in our Telegram group, where we continuously post updates. And the tech is live. So if anyone wants to go actually use the swap tech, currently the X402 terminal, we are building that out and hopefully trying to get it released in the next week and a half, 2 weeks. Our dark pools prediction market is also will be live, hopefully tomorrow or the next day. So we have basically 85% of the ecosystem is already live for people to actually use before TGE, which is important to us, because the main goal here is to actually provide usable, sustainable private infrastructure on Solana, not just some one-off appearance and disappearance.
Amazing, amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna look forward to like seeing announcement and seeing TGE. But yeah, I like what you're doing. Obviously, the privacy meta is just ever growing. Obviously, a lot of people are still talking about Zcash, Monero, all these things. And I am a Solana guy, so I'm bullish on everything that is like building on Solana, especially on the privacy layer, because I really, really believe in privacy. So I think that there's a lot of exciting things coming your way. Anything else that you want to add? Anything else that you guys are working on and you feel we haven't touched here?
I think we've touched on everything that's important with the obviously the swaps and transfers and trading, for private prediction markets. We have a screener in the works, but the most obviously, because everyone doesn't like paying for DEX boosts, so hopefully we can also slot in there. But that's our goal in being a whole ecosystem in opposed to a one-off product. The wallet is also live. Our quantum encrypted wallet is live on the Chrome store now, so people can download that and use that. It's all native, so we don't have any access to any of your information, but it is quantum encrypted, so people could use that. That's live right now, and I think that's about everything. I'm just more than excited to get the X402 terminal out and have people actually see and actually fully understand. When they see how vulnerable their agents are and how much information they're leaking and how much of their strategy they're giving away for essentially free, the whole market landscape for privacy will change. I guarantee that. But people just don't, like, they just can't comprehend it yet. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so hopefully
totally.
we can all see that come to fruition soon.
Bro, that's amazing. I absolutely love what you're building, honestly, as I'll say it once again. So yeah, look forward to TGE. Hopefully it's going to be Monday. I'm going to be looking out for your announcement, and looking forward to see what you guys are going to cook in terms of product, token, and everything.
All right. Thanks so much for having me up here, man. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure, bro. My pleasure. Speak soon. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks.
All right, what you guys think down in the comments? Let me know. I think incredibly bullish. I also love the kind of marketing that they're doing here. Obviously, they have a product. It's not just like a meme coin. Obviously, we're talking about meme coins today, but I'm also bullish on anything that is really built on Solana, the degen chain, and everything that is involving privacy. And obviously, they're, you know, with all they're building with like terminal swaps and everything, like very, very bullish. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Drop a like for all the alpha that I'm dropping right here. We have a lot, and I mean a lot to go through, so I can't hesitate any further. So going back to the alpha plays of the day, as I said, REMUS. I want to just talk a little bit about this. Obviously, you heard me mention, and I was going crazy because the chart has been going nuts. I already made a 5x on this. If you want to get the early entries, you know where to be. My VIP group is one of the first links down in the description. So many people have joined and have started printing like crazy every single day. I cannot name a single day in which I haven't called at least a 5x. So every day, like, bro, like literally with one call, you make your subscription money back and then you start printing forever. I mean, what's not to like? Okay, so it's down in the freaking description of the video. Join now, start printing with me. As I said, I'm using Pudgy to trade, all the good stuff. First, let me go to the comments because I'm not reading enough comments today, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit of the alpha of this place. So hit the like for the Banter family. The white WOJAK. I'm bullish on WOJAK. The white WOJAK. I mean, I'm not sure if you mean the OG one. I mean, the OG one is 24 mil. I remember that I thought that it would go here. It's been ranging forever. I mean, it's one of the OG memes. I see it do well. So if you think white WOJAK, probably it's just like a shitty derivative. Just focus on the big one. I mean, at the end of the day, it's 25 million. If it follows what 𝗏𝗏 did, 𝗏𝗏 went to what, like 200 million, 300? Where did it go? 𝗏𝗏 can also go back to the highs. Like the highs were 260 million. And in my opinion, I mean, this hasn't happened yet, but you see that it's like ranging forever. Like if I'm talking about like OG plays, 𝗏𝗏 is definitely one of them, and WOJAK would be something like the better play of the narrative. Casablanca, what's up? What's up? One of the main researchers on my private group is also very bullish on PAX. Main character from Pudgy Penguins, 100 million. He says 100 million plus runner. I'm not sure if it's going to get there, but even if he goes to a few million, it's going to be an insane number of multipliers, especially given the fact that I called this at 200K in market cap yesterday. Lee, what's up? What's up? Oh, wait and go. What's up, bro? PAX buy. You're buying? I like you, bro. SPX, believe. I believe in other stuff. I believe. No beef with SPX, but there's better stuff out there. What about GDK? So GDK is a good project that unfortunately got fucked over by scam artists that are now out of the picture. They're starting all over. I'm hearing things about a relaunch, but I'm not sure if it's going to be the same branding of GDK or if they're just going to use something else. I'm not sure on the top of my head, but once I know, I'm obviously going to talk about it on my live streams. So, man, let's go separate. Let's make some muda. Let's go. Let's go. Smash the like button first. You were not really the first, but what's up? What's up? Anything else? Guys, drop me some CAs. Drop me some good CAs here in the live chat. I'm going to take a look and give an unbiased review. So, for instance, 𝗙𝗏𝗄𝗏 FOLCAT. Let's take a look. FOLCAT. How do you even pronounce it? Bro, it's 1K. Get out of here. How can somebody show me a 1K market cap? What's wrong with people? Like, what the hell, bro? 90x. Yeah, Blue Whale was a 90x. This was not the only crazy call that I mean, obviously, this was a 90x from 20K to 1.8 mil. I also called something else that the Maduro memes. Were you guys following then? 85x. So This is what I've been calling in the last couple of weeks. A 90x and an 85x, and then multiple 5, 10x's pretty much every single day. I've called that one last night. I called 2 5x's yesterday. Oh, man. Like, things are actually getting crazy. Things are actually getting crazy. I don't know why people are so focused on WOJAK memes. And also, it's not really meta right now. Focus on what's meta. Focus on, like, whale derivatives or what I was talking about, REMUS. Okay, more about REMUS. So, why am I bullish on this? First of all, a lot of people might not even understand what this REMUS thing is about. But I'll tell you what, REMUS, this guy is basically one of the best traders that I've seen in a while, because this guy bought $370 of white whale at 20K market cap. Is now up something like $1.3 million. So somebody decided to create a meme coin for this guy, decided to send him supply and even try to interact with him. But obviously, like, the original meme went to zero. Then a bunch of guys started getting supply and chill it. Other guys that are also close to me, that also respect. Shout out to 𝗏𝗏𝗪. Shout out to all the guys from 𝗕𝗜𝗧𝗨𝗡𝗏, my FNF, the best chats around. And I tweeted about this. I mean, this is interesting. I mean, everybody's talking about the creators economy, right? About giving back to creators. First of the bunch was obviously Bags, and then yesterday Alan resurrected from the dead and said that you know, the creator economy is still like big, and traders need to make more money because now everything is incentivized towards devs. But listen, there was also a claim that creator rewards would be given for pump fun. I didn't really understand that much, other than just losing a few Solana trying to front run the narrative. That didn't work out that well. Like, I also take L's. But yeah, I mean, this guy is making a lot of money. If everybody watching these live streams gets on the community of REMUS and starts spamming this guy and tell him to interact, I am sure that he's going to interact, and we're going to send this meme coin to millions, which will be extremely good, especially given that, yes, I'm already a 5x up here. But if this guy interacts, imagine that this guy puts a tweet saying, I love what these guys are doing, blah, 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 this is a cool idea. Imagine this goes to the millions and it's still cheap. I mean, it's bullish. It's bullish. This dude on banter? Yes, I am. What's up, bro? 𝗏𝗃𝗃. 𝗏𝗃𝗃 is an OG meme. Why are we still bidding OG memes? Let me know down in the comments. And people that are like, oh, you can make money with memes. I mean, check the wallet of me and my friends. Nice call. Thank you, bro. People are bullish on REMUS down in the comments. Any setups here? I mean, we're talking about high risk stuff. And I don't really want to talk about the market, Bitcoin. There's the other banter guys that you can listen to for those kind of stuff. But I am bullish. I do think that a leg up is due. We had this CME gap to fill at around 91K in market. We did it. We might go up. We might go down. But I mean, overall, medium term, I'm very, very bullish on the market. And like, the interest of meme coins is increasing dramatically. Like, if you just go on CoinMarketCap, just go on CoinMarketCap right now, and you're going to be able to see here, like, memes. Okay, look at the trading volume. Last 30 days. It's basically gone like 50% up. Like, the interest in meme coins is coming back up. And still, even you can see, like, last 7 days, even a lot of the OGs, like 𝗏𝗃𝗃, for instance, somebody mentioned 𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃. 𝗏𝗃𝗃 is up 77% in the last week. MANYU, another one of my top calls in Discord, 140% up. And some of the ones that were completely dead are still like 30% up. Even 𝗙𝗏𝗃𝗃, who gives a fuck about 𝗙𝗏𝗃𝗃 in 2026? It's up 15%. Chill, guy. Who cares? Like, even Melania is up. The worst meme coin of all time is up 11% in the last week. And you're afraid in the meme coin market? Like, thank you so much, guys. Drop a like. Really helps me out tremendously. More love to the banter channel. The new alpha is shitcoin on Bonk. Bro, I've seen at least like 30,000 deploy with the ticker USD1. If I can give some advice, not financial advice, obviously, like everything I'm saying here, but I can say that USD1 pairs are extremely risky. I don't even like to trade USD1 pairs myself. The majority of them are LARPs. The majority of them go to zero within a matter of minutes. I would not bother with USD1 pairs. You saw Shadow at Solana breakpoint. Yeah, I didn't see them, but I was a bit in a rush. Bullish. 𝗕𝗜𝗧𝗨𝗡𝗃𝗃. Is 𝗕𝗜𝗃 still around? I used to like this project a lot. Good team as well, but I think it's dead, no? Can't even find it. Yeah, I can't find it. I'm not sure if it's still around, but it was a very good project, yeah. MOMO, are you guys still bullish on MOMO? Banter Royale, it's not today. Thanks for the alpha. Appreciate you, Alex. Thank you for tuning in. Why use Shadow? Why not to use it? I mean, can you find another privacy layer that is actually like building and as an actual product and it's launching soon? I mean, I can't find much about anything else. So I remain very, very bullish. So plays that I'm looking at right now, obviously REMUS, it's a very high risk play. Don't expect this to just like buy it and then forget about it for a month. That is not the kind of plays that I'm talking about today. Obviously, it's high risk. You need to be fully aware of the risk of trading meme coins. And by all means, as I always say, you need to have a strategy. You need to take out your initial investment at like a 2-3x so that basically you are risk-free. You're running for free. The money is on the casino. You took out your initial investment and you have it run. And then if it rugs, you don't be like, oh, 𝗧𝗧𝗪, this thing it rugged. I had people complaining to me that Blue Whale sort of rugged. And by the way, I'm not even the team. I know the guys behind it, but I'm not part of the team. But people were like, oh, 𝗧𝗪𝗪, you know the people who rug Blue Whale. Bro, it did a 90x up. If you don't make money out of something that does a 90x, when I give an alert at 20K market cap publicly on my X profile, and you don't take profits, and it goes to $1.8 million, I honestly don't know what to tell you. If you don't make money on stuff like this, leave the trenches for good or educate yourself. Blue Whale, where is it now? 600K market cap. Still, is it gonna come back up? I don't know. I have no idea. Do I care? No, I'm personally out right now. I'm personally out. It did its thing 2 times. It did its thing 2 times. We ran it to 1.7 mil. Then it went to 2.50 mil. So it's actually more than 100x now. I didn't even update the scan. Wow. So I called that 120x. Okay, somebody needs to update my scorecards. This was a 120x. Where is Rano Sheldon? This is my live stream. If you don't like it, get out. I don't care. Bucks will show soon how to fly. Okay, if you guys have missed it, I'll just say once more. This is part of the broader Pudgy Penguins narrative. Bucks is documented to be the main character of this. It's a base team. I think they're going to send it. It's already sending for my call at 200K. If you're fading it, at least have the decency to join my free Telegram. It's linked down in the description. That is completely free. If you want to get the early signals, you know where to be. It's my private group. It's also linked down below. And given that it's the main character, I mean, if just think about it. If Polly started a narrative, it went to 2 million. Pax is even the main one because it's the face of Pudgy Penguins itself. I have no doubt that it's going higher and higher. So you guys know what to do. Get on Padre. Grab a bag if you like it. Obviously, if you like it. I'm not telling you buy it randomly. I like it. That's why I bought it. And I bought it. And I'm making money with it. Okay? Aster's the origin of Aster. I've seen this kind of plays all the time. I'm not keen. And also, Aster is not trending. I think that DEX trending, that perps on DEX, sorry, they're still going to trend for the foreseeable future. But I don't think that Aster is getting the recognition like should have right now. Like, why should somebody buy an Aster deriv? Aster is 70 cents right now. I mean, I don't even know if it goes back up. I don't know. Okay, people are telling me to look at MOMO. I did 100x on MOMO, by the way, so made a lot of money. Bullish. Is it still around, though? 5 million right now. This is where we bought it. 340K market cap. You still fading? No what to say. Went to 43 mil. It seems like it's resurrecting a little bit. So the bottom was at 1.80. It went to 6 mil. Honestly, I do think that this is one of the best communities out there because the community is always loud, and I think it's also like quite organic. I just don't know if I would ape now. I mean, I don't think that we can call it an OG meme coin of the space, but it's definitely been one of the biggest runners of 2025. So can it go up? Yes. Is it risky? Yes. You're also buying a pullback now. And by the way, no, I'm not paid by the MOMO team or anything. It's just like my unbiased opinion. I do believe that looking at this chart, it seems like it's signifying, like it's signaling a revival. It went down from 6.5 to 4.8. Yeah, could be something, but it obviously comes with a risk. What has been your best X return so far? That's a very good question. I think, let me see if I have the scorecard at hand. I think that my best call was USDUC. I'm actually going to pop it on the screen right now if I can find it. I should be able to find it. Let me see. Yeah, this one. This has probably been my best X returns. So I called it at 250K and went to 70 mil. Yeah, that was a 283X. MOMO 120. I think that I called at least 10 100Xs in the last year. And Blue Whale is the first 100X of this year. So congrats to my community. Round of applause. Oh my God. Can't believe it. But anyway, I don't care. Like, I mean, previous calls only get you so far. Like the thing that matters to me is like, what's my next call going to be? You know, you're always going to be defined by your latest call, your next call. So yeah, we made a lot of money. Multiple people have made 6 figures plus in my community. Let's just look at what's forward. There's a lot of things to come. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Pepe at this point is just like, you know, it's one of the OG memes. Doge, Pepe. I think the Pepe is going to give you a few X's if we have this meme coin super cycle that a lot of people are expecting to occur. I'm bullish on Pepe. I think it's something that you can size like big, but at the end of the day, it's not going to give you like a 20X, 30X. But it's all about perspective. If you have like a lot of money, I mean, feel free. I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm personally trading more of like lower and mid caps. I'm not focused on high caps, at least when it comes to the meme coin space. And then if we're talking about like high caps, I have a lot of like 𝗬𝗏, Solana, obviously. But yeah. What's your process for finding these runners early? I have several guides on my personal YouTube channel. If you're not following my personal YouTube channel, obviously I do live streams here on 𝗙𝗃_𝗪𝗏, but I also have my own YouTube channel. I'm returning on it on Monday, so expect a new video on Monday. And I'm actually filming a video explaining my current research process, because I made a lot of videos in the past about it, but it's ever changing. So I think it's mostly about identifying a meta, having the good setup. If you don't have the good setup, obviously you're not going to be in a position of finding the runners in the first place. So get on Axiom, get on Pudgy, put the filters that work for you, eliminate all of the noise. So for instance, you remove all the rugs, the things that have migrated and have gone like sub 20K market cap or something like that. You basically just identify all the filters that you need. And once you're in it, you basically have the right canvas to just like focus on what you're going to find. And then just go on crypto Twitter, see what everybody is talking about, identify the right meta. Don't bid on something that is completely dead. And obviously it all depends. Like, there's different type of trenching. There's people that focus on something like new pairs. If you focus on new pairs, you're going to have a completely different strategy of finding sort of blue chips that are already in the 10 million plus in terms of market cap. So I'm going to talk about it all in new videos, but I have already like plenty of guts. So I could just like talk about this, but I would have to make it like a 3-hour live stream because there's just too much to digress. And also everybody's going to have a different strategy. I have a strategy. Some other people that I trade with have different strategies from me. They both work. Just find what works for you, because if you make a lot of money with new pairs, I'm not going to tell you to buy mid caps. If you make a lot of money with mid caps, I'm not going to tell you to focus on new pairs. There's always a different strategy and different ways to make money. But if you just lock in, I know it sounds cliche, but if you lock in, if you find what works for you, you're just never going to go look back, and you're going to make a lot of money. I know it sounds cliche, but it's really not. Okay, there's a lot of other things that I want to talk about today. I also want to remind you guys, if you want to do futures, I have an insane offer. I was looking to start today, but I'm actually going to start from next week because I had just some technical problems in the back end. But from next week, I'm basically going to give away $2,000 every live stream as a trading bonus on Bitunix. Bitunix, I don't just do meme coins, I also do futures, perpetuals. And on Bitunix, this is a platform that I'm using. Basically, on every live stream, I'm going to select 4 people. So I'm going to have the dashboard of Bitunix. I'm going to see who registers with my link and how much money you deposit. So all you got to do is deposit at least $1,000. You deposit $1,000, you start trading. And if I see that you deposit that amount of money and you started to use the platform, I'm going to select every week 4 different people, 4 different UIDs. And I'm going to give you $500 that you can use as a trading bonus to offset your trading fees. You're welcome. All you got to do is register with the link that is down below and join my next live streams here on Crypto Banter. Drop your UID and I'm going to check it. If you're eligible, I'm going to give you some money. That's it. No strings attached. All the terms and conditions, by the way, are on the landing page. Feel free to check them out. Now, I also want to talk about another project that should be alpha. So as a lot of you know, I'm also starting to dive into the field of prediction market, although I'm not necessarily a specialist of prediction market, but it's definitely something that is more and more interesting, that I'm getting more and more interested in, especially because I saw some of my friends like make a lot of money with like some Maduro, the Venezuelan president oriented stuff. And I saw this project and they actually reached out to me. This is another sponsor of today's video, by the way, full disclosure, that is basically mastering sports betting or sports prediction market, as we can call it right here, with AI. So it's basically going to be a coin that's going to launch. And the utility of this is going to be to give you the best odds available in the market to bet on prediction markets that are sports oriented. I hope that I'm explaining this correctly, but the way that it works is that you can join the pre-sale and it's actually live for 1 day only. I'm going to try to drop a link down in the description or something like that. And you can buy this on Pink Sale. I'm also going to put a post on Telegram, so feel free to check it out from there. And all you can do is basically you connect your MetaMask wallet, you buy a bag on pre-sale, and as soon as the project gets launched and goes live, you're able to claim those tokens immediately to your MetaMask or Coinbase wallet, whatever. But anything that supports Ethereum, so this is not Phantom Wallet, this is not Solana. But you buy a bag on pre-sale, the project launches. It launches in a couple of days. You claim the tokens, and then you can sell them. In my experience, I cannot guarantee returns. Obviously, do your own research. It's still risky. It still can be less than the money you put. Obviously, do your own research. But in my experience, the only pre-sales that I've done on Pixel or this kind of platform have given me at least a 3x at launch. Obviously, previous performances don't guarantee future results, but I'm trusting my gut here. So I do believe that it's going to send. I'm going to give an update next week, obviously, and see how the investment is going to, how the trade is going to do. But if you can see just like the utility and how this has like impacted the field of like sports prediction, 60% of win rate and an average of an increased average ROI on performance without this AI tool of 23% up. In my opinion, that's interesting. On 18,000 kind of like trades, bets, however you want to call it. They also have details about the tech, which I'm not going to bore you with, but the website itself is picks.ai, so PIKC.ai. Feel free to check it out. I'm also going to post on my Telegram the link to participate in the pre-sale, so check it out. Also, I want to mention that the team is fully doxed, so if something like this was not doxed, I would probably not bother investing in it. But given that it's fully doxed and you can research all these guys, they have LinkedIn profile and everything, it gives a little more trust and a little more authority. So we're going to see about that. You can also feel free to see here the tokenomics, blah, blah. Everything is explained right there. Okay, more shields. MWHALE. Okay, let's take a look. Let me close a few tabs because my laptop is exploding. MWHALE, I guess it's another derivative of the white whale, the mama whale. Oh, I think that Blaney showed me this the other day. bro, I would not beat this chart. So if it loses the support line here, so right now it's trading at this horizontal support. If it loses it, it's dead. Probably dies. Probably does something like this. Bro, 0. Zcash. I don't like Zcash, bro. I think that Zcash is not even a real privacy coin. So first of all, if a coin gives you the option of privacy, it's not a privacy coin. Like privacy should be by default. This is why Monero is a privacy coin and Zcash is not. Zcash is like a Bitcoin replica with privacy option. The core team left. Why would you buy it? Obviously, after we have a crash of 30% in one day, it's going to come back a little bit. Sure, because there's always a dead cat bounce. But I do believe that it's like, boom, then dead cat bounce, 0. So I think that my target for Zcash is something like $200. If you are able to get a good entry, it would probably be a good short. But yeah, whatever. Easy looking to pop. Why? Why? I don't get it. Let's all lock in, smart guy. Okay, the last sponsor that I want to talk about today is Riv. You guys remember Riv Coin? It's a project that is launching soon. Let's see how much Plex can say. Plex is part of the team of Riv, obviously, and Plex is my closest collaborator. He's the perps guy in my Discord. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. So I'm going to give the word to Plex for a little bit. All right, you still hear me? Whoops. And the magnet fell off. All right. What's up, bro?
GM. You're here in Colombia enjoying also Medellin. I mean, it's amazing to be.
I mean, look at the background.
Yeah.
I don't think I can show it, but we have a jacuzzi there. Can we?
Crazy mansion.
Yeah. Do you see that? Like a freaking jacuzzi on the balcony. Crazy shit. All right.
Absolutely.
The stage is yours, bro.
Absolutely, yeah. So I've been talking about Riv in the last 3 months, I think, on Crypto Lantern. And as I said a lot of times, I've been part of the team for more than 2 years now. And in these 2 years, Riv has been building. Not only building tech, but also building all the compliance side of things. You know, when you want to have a serious project, launch a serious project, you always have to take in accounting also all the legal aspects. And this is a very important thing. All the team is doxed, as you can see from X. You can go on the website, see the CEO, listen to what the vision is, and understand more and more of it. Something else that we have been doing, we have been giving away thousands and thousands of dollars. We have been giving away more than 18K in the last year or so, like 9 months or so. And we just did like another challenge, a new challenge about clipping this live stream. And we're gonna do another one very similar. So make sure you join the community, join the Telegram, join the Discord. Don't miss out on these opportunities. And as 𝗟𝗪𝗼 said, Riv is gonna launch very soon. So the only way you have to be early on the launch, to be the first ones to buy the coin, is to join the communities. Join the communities, visit the website. There's also a whitelist you can apply in to get a potential airdrop. So join the whitelist.
Free money.
The communities.
Free money.
It's free money. And don't miss out. I mean, if you want to be early on this, that's the way you have to do it. So make sure to follow Riv, join the communities. And we're also running monthly giveaways of $1,000 split between 5 people. So that's $200 each. And literally the only thing you have to do is join the community, follow on X, and make yourself noticed. Be active in the community, comment under the posts, and you're going to have a chance to win $200. So yeah, this is about Riv.
Appreciate you, bro. And I mean, that's all you're going to do. Like giveaways, a free, basically an airdrop, like free money is going to be given to you. So Riv Capital Group on X. And if you click here on this sort of link tree that they have, you're going to be able to see details about the airdrop, about the launch, obviously, the Telegram, Discord. They also have their own wallet. I mean, check it out. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. What's the alpha? What are we buying on Memecoins? On a less serious note. Well, I don't know if you can hear Plex, but REMUS is just, yeah. We have a note The REMUS is sending back. Guess somebody likes it. I do. What are these buys? What are those? Okay, I'll leave it to that. It will be funny to just like come back to this live stream in a few days and I see REMUS that goes to the millions. I mean, we'll see about that. I'm basically gonna watch the chart from the jacuzzi and enjoy beautiful Medellin, Colombia. So I'll speak to you soon, guys. Thank you for being here. Drop a like, obviously. Follow all of my platforms down in the description. Let's get cooking. Let's make 2026 the year that we make a lot of money in the trenches in crypto. Let's bring it on. Speak soon. See ya.